Okay, now let's get into this. And of course, I'm live at another stream right now, just in case this doggone thing wants to go haywire. Uh, Without further ado, we're going to read into Proposition 50. California Proposition 50, known as the Rigging Response Act, allow for a temporary redrawing of the constitutional district maps to potentially favor democratic res, representative I can't even say representation of head of 2026 midterms. Overall, overview of Proposition 50. Proposition 50 was approved by California voters in a special election held on November 4th, 2025. This measures this measure authorizes the California legislations or legislators to temporarily redraw congressional district maps, replacing, and it's congressional by the way, replacing the independent maps created by California citizens redistricting uh, commission, redistricting commission. The new maps will be used for the 2026 and 2028 elections, with the authority reverting back. So it's going to revert back to the independent commission after the 2030 census. So they're going to be taking some things back. Okay, I get that. I wish it was a little bit more clear to me, but it's a little cloudy. But I'm just gonna take it as a grain of salt and say basically they're going to be turning certain states blue again. They're going to be taking certain cities and certain states blue again. That's what I get from this. That's what I get from this. Purpose and context. This is what I need. Purpose and context. The purpose and context. The primary the primary motivation behind Proposition 50 is to cortex counteract uh, particular particular redistricting effects in other states, particularly those led by Republicans in Texas and other states, which have sought to gain additional congressional seats, which be the seating, which would, if they were to take over, it'd be 19 seats, and that'll be bad for the, because it'd just be all red at that point. Congressional seatings through mid mid decade redistricting, decade redistricting. Government Gavin Newsom and the Republicans landmark landmarkers argued that California should not remain uh, passive while other states uh, ma- mana manipulates, whatever they manipulate. So let me start that over. Um, Governor Gavin Newsom and the Democratic landmakers argue that California should not remain passive while other states manipulate district lines to their advantage. Hello, Tanya. So people were saying, and I find this to be true, that Donald Trump has basically rigged the election. How did he rig the election? I'm not going to get into all that. I'll let the experts tell you. But it was freaking rigged. Because how is it that you are up? How is it that um, Kamala Harris was up so many points, and you had at least more like 100,000 people on one end, and you had at least, and I'm just throwing out a number, two, possibly 3 million in all states, in all certain blue states, voting for him or voting for her. I'm losing my voice. Voting for her, and only a certain amount, especially black men, voted for Donald Trump. But Donald Trump wasn't gaining anything. Donald Trump was losing. But then all of a sudden, you get endorsed by Elon Musk, Musty, Elon Musty, and you win again? Yeah, he rigged this. He rigged the son of a gun. He did. Key features of Proposition 50: temporary redistricting. Sorry, I can't say that appropriately. The proposition allows for the temporary suspension of the independent redistricting process, enabling lawmakers to draw new maps that could add up to Democratic leading seats, taking the seats back. That's Trump's woman? What? What did you say? Wait, what did you say, Donnie? That's Trump's woman? What the hell? Please explain yourself. Please explain yourself. Um, expiration. So you have temporary redistricting. Now we're going to go on expiration. Expiration. The authority gaining by Proposition 50 will automatically expire in 2031, restoring the independent commission's role in redistricting for future elections. Political in political implications. Political implications. Supporters argue that this measure is necessary to protect California's political representation of Congress, while critics uh, contain that contained is it content excuse me content that it undermines the state's independence redistricting system, which has been viewed as a model of nonpartisan map drawings. So they basically said they want this election. Okay. Elon Musk is, yeah. But he did endorse him, so I guess Trump ended up getting it with no Vaseline. I guess I don't. You crazy. You are crazy. Anything else? Arguments? Okay. Arguments for or against. Supporters view. Uh, proponent. Anyway, proponents. Okay, proponents of position proposition 50 argument that it is necessary response to uh, partisan gerry gerrymandering, whatever that is, in order in other states and have that it wait gerrymandering in other states and that it will help remain Democrat representation for Congress. Op- opponent view, and this is the last one. Opponent view. Critics, including California Republicans and good government uh, advocates and good government advocates argue that the measure dismantles safeguards designing to ensure fair elections. Bullshit. Signing fair elections, and that could lead to further political manipulation, political manipulation of district linings. In summary, Proposition 50 represents a significant shift in California's approach to progressional redistricting with potential with potential implications for balancing the balance of power in which the US House of Representatives during the upcoming midterm elections. So therefore, and all in a nutshell, they just want to make things fair. And to see that, of course, I read this and I got this on my head already, that they just want this thing to be fair, which I digress. Things should be fair, even though it's a trick bag already, and I already know what's going to come up down the pipeline. He's going to want to, and I'm talking about Donald Trump. He's going to want to um, try for a third time, which under the 19th Amendment is illegal to go for a third term. It is fairly illegal to go for a third term, but he's broken every constitutional law that there is. He's broken the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the 13th, 14th, 15th, 19th, 21st, and 22nd Amendment. And of course, he goes against small lower courts, wishes, especially when it comes to food this food crisis, or this SNAP crisis, or this Medicaid, Medicare. That's insurance. Even though you can get insurance from the same place, I don't know about y'all, but in my district in uh, Nevada, and that's Las Vegas, Nevada, you can get insurance at the same place that you can get SNAP, that you can get benefits, you can get food stamps. Um, if you guys want if you guys want the number, I can give it to you. So the same place that you can get SNAP benefits, the same places that you can get insurance if you don't have insurance, in the whole Obamacare. Hey, gorgeous. Um, Mahogany. The same place you can get SNAP benefits is the same place you can get it anywhere else. Hopefully, in in other districts, in other cities, in other states. Not everybody can do that, but for the simple fact that Trump has put a pause on this once again when the lower courts forced him, and I'll tell you who forced him in a minute. Forced him to release the funds in a minute. Because right now you can still get your SNAP benefits, but that's not for everyone. It's only $5.25 billion that they had released versus the $9 billion that they had in store, which is pretty effing ridiculous. So you're going to basically punish the people, mind you. You're basically going to punish these people just because you were being treated unfairly. I often said that Donald Trump has been reduced down to a 13-year-old. He's already 80. He's gone a little bit senile, but he's a finger pointer. You know how when your child is in trouble and you have a brother, he has an additional brother or a sister, and he always like to point fingers, and he's always like to point fingers out there. He did this to me. She did this to me. This is what he's reduced himself down to. So, without my rambling, so we all know what Proposition 50 is. We all know what Proposition 50 is. Yeah, he's like, yep, I'm gonna tell on you. Yep, he is. That's what he reduced himself down to. And on top of that, going after people he shouldn't be going after. I don't know any president, President Nixon, President. These damn updates. These damn updates. I am so sorry. You know what? Particularly what happens is whenever your phone updates, it automatically cuts everything off. I'm just getting sick and tired of. Why do you have to update at the wrong time? You have to update. Like, really? But either way, we're gonna keep the train rolling. Jesus. Sorry, it's an update issue. I only get to wait for the people to come back through. My bad, my apologies. It was an update issue. I'm live on one stream, I'm live on the other one. Just in case the StreamYard wants to act up. But without further ado, let me continue.
About non-discrimination, which, of course, everyone at the co-op completely agrees. It would be construed to prevent us from helping people through a specific time of need, especially a specific time of need that was created by government action and inaction.
Why do you think this message was sent out?
Well, I am not entirely comfortable surmising all of the reasons why that might have happened. I do know that this administration has been very strong about trying to avoid anything that's seen as an abuse of the system. And so in the 15 years that I've been general manager of the co-op, we've received very few communications from the government about the SNAP program, except very routine things about like, oh, it's time to renew, it's time to renew your documentation on the program. So we received one communication shortly after the Trump administration.
Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please forgive me. The updates are crazy, insane. It just did this to me at the very last minute. My apologies.
That basically was put this poster up about fraud. And so we did. And then this communication. So those are the only two communications we've had on issues.
So this is really targeted government intervention, perverting equal opportunity laws on some level. Lisa, can you explain? Because to me, to someone who really values a free market and libertarian, I do not like the government saying how I can operate my business. And granted, you're a nonprofit, but still, this seems like a very top-down level of intervention to maybe just for spite, much like, do you remember Meals on Wheels when they were discussing cutting funding the first Trump administration? And the administration said, oh, well, donors can make up your fellow Americans can help feed you. And so that's kind of what you were trying to do. But Lisa, please explain how this is remotely legal.
Well, I will say that this is the first time that I've heard about the equal treatment rule as it pertains to EBT beneficiaries, because most people don't experience what Johnny treatment rule was likely devised to prevent SNAP recipients from being discriminated against as they try to use their benefits, from having fancy grocery stores essentially say to people, you're not wanted here, your dollars are not good here, which is why when you go in various neighborhoods, many people make an effort to conspicuously post, we take EBT, right? That is supposed to be the threshold of.
Wait a second. Let's talk about it. Any and everything that is new to me. So when it comes to these SNAP benefits, because I've been growing up with EBT for most of my life. Everything that comes up the pipeline is just totally new to me. But the only reason, and I might be wrong, so please allow yourself to educate me in the live chat. Go ahead and support the channel. Support the channel. And please go to change.org. Barb, I'm talking to you. Go to change.org/ swear in Jasmine Crockett. Swear in Jasmine Crockett. Swear in Jasmine Crockett for U.S. Senator. We have thus far, I believe, it 95 votes so far, which is great, which is a good start. It's a great start, mind you, but we need more. We need for to reach 100. For 100. I'm also, if we reach 100, I'm shooting for 500. When I shoot for 500, I'm gonna shoot for 1,000. When I shoot for 1,000, you get the message. You get the for sure message. She doesn't have too much time, but we want to get these things in. We're gonna get these signatures. We want to get this shit in. We want to get it in. We're going to get it in right. And then once they see that, once I submit this, turn this in, of course, she's going to get possibly the same thing in her district. She's going to see that most of us, not all of us, because some of us are haters. Some of us are haters to the various extent. I mean, like that has gone beyond this head right here. And I don't know why the hatred is so strong for Jasmine Crockett. I digress, but everybody likes this son of a bitch. Like, well, please explain this to me. I mean, is at its all-time high right now. I don't get it, but anyway, we need these signatures, and we need these signatures ASAP. It doesn't take you long, and it's free. It doesn't take you long at all, and it's definitely free. It's not going to charge you anything. I'm not going to charge you anything. It's definitely free. So go to please go to change.org/ swearing Jasmine Crockett for U.S. Senate. Now, let me continue with this.
Trying to provide that equal opportunity. But I think what's going on here is that somebody is taking the plain language of a regulation and sort of transmogrifying it onto their own policy priorities and objectives. It seems like this administration doesn't really have much of an understanding of who SNAP recipients are, particularly vis-a-vis the people they know and they prefer. There seems to be sort of a demification, almost a demonizing of people who need government assistance with respect to their nutrition and just not being food insecure. And I'm not sure that the people who work in this White House or this USDA really know who those people are.
I don't think it's indifference. I think it's about basically making low-income people political football so that this administration can get more leverage, it thinks, to get Democrats to cave on their other priorities in this shutdown. I don't think it's about like, oh, we don't know who these people are. I mean, maybe they don't. I don't know.
Well, when I say we don't know who these people are, what I mean is these aren't our people. We don't care about these people.
I see.
Okay? And so that is what justifies making them the political football. But when I say...
Of course, we're still dealing with racism in this country. But when she says you people, what does she mean? Immigrants. So we still on this immigrant thing. And of course, you know the Republicans as well as the consumers or the conservatives, they all say the same thing. You're giving illegal immigrants basically free food. That's illegal. That is illegal under I forgot what amendment it was, but it's illegal under the law to give an illegal immigrant benefits. That's why they do things underneath the table. So later on, if they do get processed, they are allowed benefits under the law, but they have to be processed in. The government is not going to give illegal immigrants anything under the Constitution of the law. It's just nonsensical at this point. It makes no sense. But yet Republicans and conservatives always want to start arguments all day long, and they all say the same thing. Immigrants shouldn't be here. Immigrants shouldn't be here. Illegal immigrants shouldn't be here. Illegal immigrants shouldn't be here. Should I read the receipts? Should I read the receipts how immigrants, whether you want them here or not, and for those when I say immigrants, it doesn't just mean Hispanics. It doesn't just mean Hispanics. It means pretty much everybody who comes from different countries, just in case you don't know. Let me just tell you, and this is a receipt I read, I think it was sometime last week, since it's Sunday. I read this last week. So if you think I'm losing it, I just want you to know that I have a receipt that says immigrants are beneficial to this country. I'm not BSing. You can go to the American Immigration Council. Go to the American Immigrant Council and just read on it. Who wants me to read on it? Who wants me to read the receipts? Any show of hands? Anybody want me to read the receipts? I can read them out loud. I can read them out loud. Where'd it go?
We don't know who these people are. They don't identify with people who receive SNAP. And as a result of that, it's sort of like, you place them at a level not equal to yourself that justifies preventing people like John from doing part of the public service that he was trying to do.
John, I want to ask if you can describe for our audience what the families that you feed are dealing with right now. what it's like for them, if you've heard from them as they've come into your doors, if they've asked you questions about what the coming days are going to look like. I can imagine that, I'm guessing that this discount you were trying to offer, you were going to shoulder that burden. You weren't asking the government to do that.
No, we were not even at the point of trying to fundraise or anything for it. It was just something that we were simply going to do within the organization to make it possible. Just over 5% of our customers are EBT users. And I can tell you that, even customers who are not using EBT lately, there's concern. I mean, and on your program, of course, you touch on many of the issues that come up at our register too, which is that, there are lots of signs that the economy is teetering on the brink. There's lots of folks who are having a lot more trouble making ends meet. And so whether EBT recipients or not, that I'm definitely seeing people come into the store, and, we are a small shop. We're the type of place where people know our names and we know their names. So they'll tell me what's going on. And I can definitely tell you that, I've been the manager for 15 years. Over the course of that period of time, there is definitely a pall that has been cast over a lot of people's lives in recent.
Let me show you real quick. Repetition. All you have to go is, it's 93. Oh, okay. 93. Okay, cool. Just go to change.org. Swearing Jasmine Crockett is for U.S. Senate. And so far, we have raised 93 signatures, which is an excellent start. But we want to go further and beyond. We want to make this official if we can. The more votes, the more our voices go out there. The more our voices go out there, the more people will recognize how fun and exciting she is. Okay? Just to show you where to go, just go to, like I said, go to change.org. Change.org/swearing Jasmine Crockett for U.S. Senator. Now, this bum, let's see. I hope I didn't erase it. Oh, it's right here.
Per year of free groceries and does not have a legal.
Wrong one. Sorry.
Supreme Court Justice temporarily blocking an order to release fully funded SNAP benefits. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson's order coming after the Trump administration appealed a decision from a federal judge who ordered them to pay up. The temporary pause gives the appeals court more time to weigh the legal arguments in the case. Attorney General Pam Bondi posting, a single district court in Rhode Island should not be able to see center stage in the shutdown, seek to upend political negotiations, and dictate its own preferences for how scarce federal funds should be spent. At least 9 states, including New York, Kansas, Pennsylvania, and Oregon, say they're starting to send full SNAP food assistance benefits. But the 42 million Americans who rely on SNAP are still in limbo. In Cleveland, Ohio, 75-year-old Diane Howard gets just $63.
Look how he's treating the elderly. Look how he's treating the elderly. People who are 70 and older. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you real quick. That this is very, very childish. I'm not going to put, for example, Tanya's age out there. But even she is an elderly. And to take away SNAP benefits or to take away any type of funding, because people do need it. There are certain people who really do need it. And one of them happen to be senior citizens, since you're going to be taking Social Security away from them. These people actually need a way to feed themselves. I'm not sure about other people. I'm just speaking on my people as a resort of all this. I'm speaking about my people, right? In terms of there are some people who can't work a job. Now you got these idiotic fools out here who they just need to go out and work. You gonna have the elderly get up and go work at a job when they should be home? It used to be there came a time, right? There came a time in my life when I was a young lad that when you retired at, say, General Motors at age, let's just say age 40 or something like that, you collected benefits, retirement benefits, and you didn't collect those until, I think at the time it was 60, but now it's 65. So at 65, you retired, you collected benefits, and you're straight. Right? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me what number, tell me the number. If I'm lying, tell me the number that you can retire from. Tell me the actual number that you could collect benefits from. Tell me the numbers. But they keep constantly moving the goalpost every other year. So, like I said, at age 65, and I'm just paraphrasing, I'm thinking they kept it on 65. I am not sure. I am not a senior citizen. I'm 45 freaking years old. I can't collect any type of wealth, so I can't collect Social Security until I'm 65. God willing, He put me there. But these people are working. That's all I see is senior citizens, especially at my job. And they are constantly working and they're beating themselves up because people in the far right want to get greedy, want to see you fail, want to see you suffer, and want to see you die. But yeah, you have a woman like this, you're stealing resources from her. You're stealing resources. In my opinion, you're stealing these type of resources that are needed for senior citizens. And I'm here to tell you that that's not fair. But I guess fair is a place where they judge pigs.
Dollars a month in SNAP benefits. Open up the government so seniors like me and others and people that have children can eat. And she doesn't know how she can celebrate the upcoming holidays with her family. Thanksgiving coming up. I don't know. I'm just praying. Meanwhile, Democrats are offering to reopen the government if Republicans agree to extend Obamacare subsidies for 1 year to prevent healthcare insurance premiums from skyrocketing for millions of Americans.
Democrats are offering a very simple compromise.
But Republicans dismissing the offer.
Of course, that's a non-starter. Our Democratic colleagues are asking me to do something I cannot and will not do.
And overnight, former President Joe Biden blasting the Trump administration.
Now we have a president who's deliberately making hunger worse for Americans. It is a disgrace. It's immoral. It's wrong. Simply wrong.
So clearly Republicans are not on board with the Democratic proposal. They say they will not talk healthcare until Democrats vote to reopen the government. But guys, in the meantime, it is not lawmakers who are paying the price of this shutdown. It's the federal workers who are missing their paychecks and millions of Americans who are caught in the middle of this, Gio.
That is such an important point, Selena. It's all about the American people. Thank you so much for your reporting here.
Oh, Mikey, I got a message for old Mikey, and I'm live on both Republicans and Democrats. Full retirement at 67? 67? Wait. Full retirement at they moved it to 67 now? They moved it to 67. You do not want to raise minimum wage. To be perfectly honest, I don't even know where minimum wage is at. But you don't want to raise minimum wage, and you just raised, in order for you to get full payment of Social Security as at age 67. Thank you, Barr, for that information. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you, America's going to crash. That's it. That's all. You have raised America, and the people in charge of it has raised the ceiling debt to so far ridiculous heights. As the richer get richer, the poor get poorer, and of course, you're gonna get people suffer, right? People suffer. They get back problems, and of course, you're gonna dump away your senior citizens. You're gonna have the young cats come in. They're gonna start complaining. You're gonna ship away You're gonna ship away the legal and legal immigrants because of how racist and prejudiced you really are. But I digress. The Constitution don't mean shit no more, thanks to Donald Trump. And you have a debt ceiling this high, which is ridiculous, but you don't want to release any type of, and you're starving people. So this is what's going to happen. Oh, and did I bother telling you that they're going to replace you with robots pretty soon? They're already replacing you with robots. So with the government shutdown, SNAP benefits being paused by Donald Trump's lame ass because he wants more money. That's all it is to it. But then it's like the Democrats, they blame the Republicans for, which in quite so fairly, that they do have the power of the Senate and the courts. But at the same time, Joe Biden with his punk ass, yes, I said Joe Biden with his punk ass, started this whole thing with this LGBTQ alphabet gang busters, whatever you call them. I can't say what I really want to say because YouTube is sensitive at this point. Your attention attraction is to get them rights. So, and not even concentrating on anything else. Then your ass ends up getting sick. Kamala takes over. And then Kamala takes over as vice president, and then she loses in the election. She raised over, how much money did she raise over, Barb? You can get potential payment. I'm talking about the full benefits of it. I don't care about potential. These people need to be tired. I don't give a damn about no potential benefits. These people need to be tired and get retired, be up and out of there so the young bucks can get in. Without no job, without any resources, they just do whatever they want. And the young people the young generation coming up today, they need jobs. Point blank, period, end of discussion. And again, we can go on the whole other details in a minute. Now, people want to argue, like I said, people from the far right, people who are Trump supporters, want to argue all day and every day how immigrants, for example, they don't need to be in this country. They all say the same thing. They don't need to be here. They just need to go back to their own country. But I have to say to you that the evidence that I read into, it kind of amplifies the truth of America and how beneficiary immigrants are. Would you like for me to go into the details of how beneficiary immigrants are? I can absolutely do that for you. But before I do that, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you can, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me. And if you feel froggy, please go ahead and hit that subscribership or that membership. Go ahead and hit that membership. I need a couple of memberships. Go ahead and hit that membership for it. Hell, it's only $2.99. Go ahead and hit that membership for me. Much. Thank you kindly. They said she raised over $1 billion in campaign. Most of those people were females. Most of those people were females that raised over that amount. $1 billion. And you lose? Yeah, the election was rigged. The election was fucking rigged. So, I'm going to go into, and I'm going to read out loud how immigrants are beneficiary according to this receipt. New data, and by the way, it's not too old. Don't care if they are here as long as they're legal. That's what we want. See? That's what we want. As long as they're legal, right? Once your foot touches the soil, you do have rights. You do have rights under the guise of getting processed. And that's fair. Other than these other people sneaking in, you can sneak in and you can get married and have a kid and all this other stuff. And once you slap that ring on, once you sign that piece of paper, you can get your green card off the bat. I don't know how that works, but right, as long as you're legal, yeah, as long as you follow the rules, and as long as you ain't murdering nobody, we good. As long as you ain't murdering nobody, we good. And people complain all the time, especially my people complain all the time. Well, they're taking up. Actually, it's not our people. I want to take that back. It's not our people. It's white people. White people always complain that they ain't got nowhere to go. And the room is getting smaller and smaller. That's because you're decaying. You already got Eli Manning said he wanted to block the sun, which is ridiculous. You already got Eli Manning doing two things. He's getting sick and tired. He's getting sick and tired of you blacks, us blacks, and so he's gonna take white folks up to the moon, up to moon to live, or go to Mars to live, and build this spaceship that can harvest all these people, a few people, and test out Mars. There is no life at Mars. None. There is no life in Mars. You will die in Mars. There is no air in Mars. There is no life in Mars. Possibly a few little ghoulish-like creatures, but that's about it. I think it's Jupiter. Jupiter's very cold. Saturn, you can die. Venus, you will suffer because it's hot. Jupiter, you're gonna suffer because it's too damn cold. Earth is where it needs to be because it's centered toward it, and then it rotates. It rotates every 360 days a year or something like that. I'm not a scientist, but I'm just guessing. If I'm right, I'm right. So, like I said, it's bad enough that you want to build a spaceship to go to Mars. It's bad enough that you want to build this non-existing thing that wants to see space for what it is. But now you want to talk about blocking the sun. Elon Musk has seen too many sci-fi movies, including The Matrix. What is it, Quantum Leap or Quantum Physics? Something with Taye Diggs and Christian Bale. What's the movie with Taye Diggs and Christian Bale? I haven't even seen the movie, but Christian Bale is like a time traveler with his dual pistols or some shit. But anyway, so going back to the data, because this is not new, because it's been published since February 25th of 2025. I'm going to read a little bit of it just to give you the context of what I'm talking about, how beneficiary it is for immigrants to be in this country, and how you are. Well, Donald Trump is fighting hard as hell, and I know why he's fighting hard as hell. You know, I'm gonna do this over here. I'm gonna take this over here and put it right there. How he's fighting hard as hell to get illegals out. So we'll start here. Washington, D.C., February 25th, 2025. It says new data, but it's not really new data, but it's still sufficient. So new data analyzes by American Immigration Council shows how immigrants are combining billions of dollars to U.S. economy, even as Trump administration has Congress and Congress are pushing a budget that includes unprecedented funding for mass deportation and deportation. Council analysts, which draws from 2023 census data, shows the broad ways that immigrants are helping making the United States a more more prosperous and thriving country. By building housing wealth, keeping social services like Social Security and Medicaid, and refilling in as a much needed labor force in sectors like STEM, healthcare, and agriculture. STEM, healthcare, and agriculture. I read this the other day. God damn, I can't even say it out loud. And I read this the other day. The data also helps shed light on how mass deportation and family separation could hurt families, communities, and industries across the country. Shall we go further? We can go further. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. Immigrants help increase wealth and prosperity for all Americans. And yet the White House and Congress are considering spending billions of dollars to expend ICE. So they can detain and deport indigressionally, even as they cut, I got to know what the fuck that is. Give me a second. Even as they cut in essential social services like Medicaid and food stamps assistance, says Yang Wu, Director of Research at American Immigrant Council. Immigrants have paid up to hard-earned tax dollars that are now going to be used to punish all Americans through a wasteful and cruel mass deportation plan. Users can explore the fundings through the council's map of impact interactive tools. Using that I don't even want to go into that. Let's just go into top findings, including mass deportation would separate millions of U.S. citizen children from their families. Some 4.1 million citizen children live with undocumented parents, immigrants, and essential contributors to the economy. In 2023, undocumented immigrants household paid $89.8 billion in federal, state, and local taxes to held 299 billion with a B. Held 229 billion with a B in spending power. In total, immigrants, both illegal and undocumented households, paid nearly 16.80 in every 100 tax dollars collected by federal, state, and local government, funding a wide range of social services and benefit all Americans. So I'm gonna pause there. So you're saying they're not benefiting from the country? And I'm not talking to y'all, I'm talking about the ones that think that they're not beneficial from it, which is again, if you look at the numbers, and you can go to it and see for yourself, American Immigration Council. You can go to it and you can read it for yourself. How it's allegedly not benefiting from the people. Thank you for that word, Barb. Thank you. But let me continue, since the right thinks that they're right. You know how this goes. Good versus evil, right, wrong, indifferent. Nothing's balanced. Even though I still think they're the wings of the same damn bird. we want to look into who can be beneficial for us. And like I said, I believe and strongly believe that someone like, for example, Jasmine Crockett can be beneficial. I could be wrong, but who else is inspiring me right now? Who else is inspiring? You tell me, who else is inspiring? Nobody I know. Nobody I will look at. I mean, I said Cory Booker's name, but it's like, there's nobody that it inspires me right now. There's nobody that excites me. Nobody other than Jasmine Crockett. And no, it's not because how she talks either. I don't give a damn how she talks. She inspires me because of her encouragement, her courageous, her integrity. Not a lot of people have integrity. Somehow along the way, we lost that. Somewhere around the way, especially the people on the right, especially these conservatives who want to just jump on the bandwagon all of a sudden because they believe that they're going to get something out of the deal, which absolutely, positively, they didn't get shit out the deal, but an angry white man, an angry orange man, an angry orange man in office wreaking havoc. And now he wants to get into a fisticuffs with Nigerians. Are you kidding me? Saying that the Christians. Wait a minute. You ain't Christian. What Christian holds the Bible? What Christian holds the Bible like this? Upside down. What type of... But he has a problem with people in Nigeria. He has a problem with the Christians. I just hope to God he doesn't reach non-territory if he reaches Burkina Faso, he's in trouble. Because not only do you have a young lad in Abraham Traoré, but you also have other angry South African forces. I hope he doesn't reach them. I hope he doesn't. Because if he does, I just hope Abraham whoops his ass and just embarrasses America. He's already an embarrassment to America already, right? He's already an embarrassment to America. But let me continue with this. Where are we at? Immigrations reject trillions of dollars of housing wealth in the United States. The vast majority of immigrants are not dependent on state governments to guarantee them with housing. In reality, they are putting back vast sums of money into the housing markets and revitalizing neighborhoods. In 2023, immigration households paid over $167 billion in rent. We got to talk about putting a pause on rent because rent goes up every year. $67 million in the rent household market and holding over $6.6 trillion in housing wealth. So not only are they benefiting in America, but most of them are not even using government funds. How interesting. One more. Immigrants, help erase key labor storages and are driven in driven an invasion of businesses creation. Almost 1 out of 4 entrepreneurs in the country of immigrants. About 64% of Fortune 500 companies are founded by immigrants or their children, excuse me. Elsewhere, immigrants are helping erase the labor shortage in the healthcare industry, where nearly 16% of nurses and about 28% of health aides are immigrants in 2023. So therefore, ever since then, they have been on the rise, other than people being dragged out of their homes and butt naked along with their children, thrown on the bus and shipped back. So unless we can get some updates, we're just going to go by this because it's not too far. This is still fresh. This is still in 2025. But people on the right say that, immigrants don't belong and blah, 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 blah. But I just proved to you with receipts that it is beneficial to the country. So, but me personally, let me tell you personally what I believe, what is a belief to me. I'm focused on our people, good and bad, right, wrong, conservative, liberal. I am vastly concerned on our people because we have nothing. Oh, I forgot over here. We have nothing. Nothing. What can we gain from this? Where's our distributions? Where's our supermarkets? Where are our schools? How often do we graduate? How often do our young ones graduate? And what is the percentage of our Black people graduating from high school to college? What is a fair percentage that you can tell me that our kids are graduating high school and college or college? It's a sad day. It's a sad day per se. And I want to thank live stream, but y'all are getting on my nerves. So but it's just like rent, everything, it's just like the economy. Everything goes up every single year. But you're gonna starve out. But this idiotic fool is starving out people, and for what? Is it until you sign this piece of paper, until you do this, and until you do that. But Democrats are no better. Democrats are saying, give us 1 more year. Give us 1 more year of Obamacare, which Obamacare ain't nothing but Obama is saying, if you don't have insurance, we're going to penalize you. That's all that means. Just get Medicaid or Medicare, and we'll pay a little bit on the back end for you to get it. That's all that is. Wait. It's the name. It ain't about anything else. It's just the name and how successful it was at the time in 2008 when he got sworn in, or 2016 or something like that, or 2008 and then 2016. He did 2 terms because he was so famous, because of the simple fact it was his name. They don't want a black man's name on any card whatsoever. Whatever the case may be. Trump is making the people suffer because of Obama care. But if it was Trump care, which it wouldn't make sense anyway, it wouldn't sell you anything. It'd just be selling you a bunch of nonsense. It sells you a bunch of bullshit. But like I said, racism in America still exists. So, Marjorie Taylor Greene, which again, I don't trust, even though she is flanking out on her own party, she's flanking out on her own party, saying that they're doing a piss poor job, and they should just open up the good. Mike Johnson, you piece of shit. You just need to open up negotiations. We need to come back to the table. And we need to do this. Blah 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 blah. I don't trust that woman. I trust her to do what she needs to do for her own party. But as far as being frustrated and saying, I already know the trick bag. You want best for your party, but because it affects your children. To have everybody else's children, it affects your children. Not the millions and millions and millions and millions of people around the world, but it affects your bottom line. So this is the reason why you're upset. Make it make sense. The only reason why you're upset, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is because it affects your bottom line and your bottom line only. And a couple of white folks along the way. So it isn't necessarily been, the hell with the black, and the hell with the Hispanics, Asians, whoever. Now, nobody can argue me down about it because I'm right. I do not trust that woman. And Jasmine does not trust that woman. It doesn't matter if she turned a corner. Would you trust Donald Trump would you trust Trump to turn a corner? Yes or no? Would you trust in him to turn a corner? I'm asking. Would you trust in him to turn a corner? This is insane. This is insane. Can I get a few more likes, please? Can I get a few more likes? This is insane. So you got Proposition 50 going on. Everybody's in an uproar about Proposition 50, which has come to find out that it's nothing but please stop rigging the election. That's all that means. Proposition 50 is, oh, please stop rigging. You're going to stop rigging the election and you're going to make this fair, which I'm with, but I did not. I thought it was completely something else. I thought it was like gaining traction back for Americans, so we can all work again. We can gain some type of political gain because everybody's losing their jobs, and we're losing their jobs, which I can only go by my state. There are at least 7 million people who have lost their jobs alone. 7 million people who have completely lost their jobs. And they've been in a job for over 10 plus years. They are just selectively handpicking the people and saying, oh, you got to leave. And I bet you most of them are Hispanics. I bet you most of them are Hispanics. Few blacks, yeah, you got to add a few blacks in there. But I bet you the people who have lost the jobs, especially in their state, which is mostly a Hispanic state, mostly in an Hispanic and white state, have absolutely lost their jobs. And these conservatives, boy, they don't think, especially my people who are conservatives and who are Republicans, they don't think, why is this thing all woody? They do not believe, they do not believe. Why did y'all tell me in the chat that this was lumpy? What the hell's going on? Anyway, they do not believe that this affects them too. That they do not think that they can do this to you just like they did the immigrants / illegal immigrants. You were wondering what? Which was you saw the evidence in Chicago and in the Haitian community, ICE coming after Haitians and Black Americans. So you are federally fucked. In my lifetime, I wish that ICE would hit just one of these conservatives, just once. Just hit one of these conservatives. Just knock on their door and say, hello, are you legal or illegal? And see just how it feels to get dragged out of your house, to disturb your peace. I don't care if you owned your home. I don't care. I just don't care if you own your car, if you own your own home. In a country like this, where it's geared towards new world order, which Donald Trump has successfully, in my opinion, mandated a new world order system, you are federally fucked. You will wonder where everybody was. They're over here. I'm live the 2 times a month. I'm live twice. That's why. Because I got tuning in, I got up to about 14, 16, 18, whatever the number. I guarantee in 1985, never went to college. I never took vocational school. Well, pretty soon, it's bad enough that you can't take vacation time, or you take it just one time. And there are those people who are fortunate, and there are a lot of people who are unfortunate to take one damn trip to Six Flags or something like that, or Walt Disney or Universal Studios, or whatever trip they want to take because of this nonsensical bullshit that's happening behind your very eyes. And both sides are responsible. But yet, we're in a stalemate because two of these political ideological idiots decide to blame each other. And we all know who shut down the government. It was the Republicans who shut down the government, but it was the Democrats who helped aided in that due to Joe Biden's old ass. So you're basically fight. So let me get. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be done with it. So you're basically arguing over who wants to be on top first. So you basically argument is like, I want to be on top. No, I gotta be on top. You were on top last. I want to be on. So Joe Biden was on top. Let me not go there. Let me not go there. No, you use the Vaseline. No, you use the Vaseline. Why can't I get a reach around? Why can't I get a reach around? This is what the Republicans and Democrats are doing. Fighting over who gets the reach around. That's all that is. Meanwhile, people are starving. People are losing their minds over their benefits being taken away. It's quite crazy, to be perfectly honest with you. It's absurd. It is absurd. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. And do not forget to, if you haven't done it already, if you have done it, thank you. So thank you very much. If you have not done it, please go to change.org/swear in Jasmine Crockett. Again, I'll just show this to you if I can find it. Not Proposition 50. I'm not looking for that. Okay. Just go to, like I said, and I'm going to go to this, show this to you. Go to change.org here in the corner /swear in Jasmine Crockett for U.S. Senate. Now, let me see if this, let me refresh and see where we are. We are at 95, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Salute, 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 sir. Let's freaking go. We are at 95. We are almost at 100. Let's get these signatures. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get these signatures, ladies and gentlemen. We got a long way to go, but when I see progress like this, and it's only been for like a day and a half, a couple of days, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I'll tell you the truth. It's gonna be harder if we were to push Jasmine Crockett to becoming president of the United States. It will be even harder. The U.S. Senate, this is a start. This is a good start. We got, Barb, how long do you think we got? Barb, how long do you think we got before she can become U.S. citizen? A year, 3 years, what? Yes, I like it. I like it. Thank you. Thank you, people. Thank you. We're making progress. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are making progress. We gotta continue. We want to hit 100. We need 5 more to hit 100. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. We gonna hit 100. Then we gonna hit 200. We gonna hit 500. We gonna hit 1,000. We got more to go. We got more to go. But this is a process. Let's go. Let's go. About a year to the Senate. Oh, we can make that. We can make that. We can make that. About a year? Oh, we can make that. We can make that. We can definitely make that. How many signatures do you think we can make within a year? I think we can make over 10,000 if we try. I'm just gonna need you to support, number one, support the channel, and support Jasmine Crockett for U.S. Senator by going to go to change.org/Jasmine Crockett. Boom, she already got the link and everything. 10,000 is doable. Ooh, 10. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Both Obama, and that's another thing. Trump wasn't a senator. He wasn't even a damn busboy for. Never mind. It's not even about that. It's about getting these signatures. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. Support the channel. Support change.org. Yes, definitely. Before I depart, I want to thank those who have taken the time. And believe me, it's free. The signatures are free. All you got to do is just go to .org, just signature, boop, and you're done. Now, if you want to donate, you want to donate to her cause. That's your business. I think you go to her website. I think it's for either Texas or Washington. Either one, whatever website you want to donate to, where it has her name on it, and they can screen that off the way, because people like to make fake pages and all that. Make sure it's the real page. I can do this real quick. Let me see how to support Jasmine Crockett campaign. Wait, did I? My fingers are really. Well, let's just do this. Jasmine Crockett, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share. So, Bart, let me ask you, should I go back to doing Umar content just for shits and giggles? Should I just go back to doing Umar content? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Do not answer that. Go to this one, pull it up. Because people are getting on my nerves as we speak. Congressman's woman. So her team. Yeah, just go to her website, or you can go to her IG page. You can just go on her IG page and you can donate from there. Whatever you want to donate. You want to donate $5, you want to donate 10. It's just keep on funding, because us raising the money, I think that would be illegal if I were to do the whole GoFundMe thing. I think it will be illegal. Plus, I don't want you looking at me and saying he's stealing money, he's a pander or whatever. I don't want you doing that. So go to her website, Jasmine Crockett, representing Texas 30th District. Just go to that website and or go to her IG page and hit the donation tab and do your thing. But other than that, that's my commentary for the day. I want to thank you both channels, which I'm doing StreamYard, which is janky in every sense, form of fashion, but they want to add on a whole bunch of shit on there that don't even make no fucking sense. Trump wasn't even in the military. No, Trump wasn't even in the military. He didn't even serve in the military. He didn't serve in the military. His daddy, which is a former Klansman, funded his ass at a very young age. $1 million in his trust fund. People act like, oh yeah, and before I forget, go and support Reese Waters on YouTube. Go and support Reese Waters on YouTube, and go and check out Dean Withers. Go ahead and support Reese Waters and go ahead and check out Dean Withers. Dean Withers, he is at a very young age, 21, is debating Trump supporters and is grinding. Nasty work. Nasty work. Shouts out to Reese Waters. Reese Waters, we're gonna have to get with each other. We're gonna have to get with it. We're gonna have to go ahead and pound that pavement, and we're gonna have to do a live together. Straight up. We don't want to touch the money. Go straight to her. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, go straight to her page. Definitely go straight to her page. Okay, Barb, love you. I will see you on the next live over here. I will definitely see you on the next live, whenever that is. And of course, over here, I will definitely see y'all very, very soon.